Marvel and 2K
Midnight Suns! Yo! I've been wanting an update on this.
Firaxis Games, the studio behind XCOM and Civilizations. Heroes from the Avengers and X-Men crossover with supernatural ones like Blade and Ghost Rider.
I hear people love Goat Simulator. Yes, I know. I do. People do love it. It's not a game for me though. I'm good. I'm glad people enjoy games like that though. This game I'm looking forward to though, an RPG, a tactical RPG Marvel game. Gimme. And it's from the makers of XCOM. Even better. True, there are. Ooh, Venom? Yo, he looks good.
Surrender your pain to me, and I will make you whole once more.
Oh, Daniel, you just gotta give them a try. They're fun. I didn't used to be into tactical RPGs either, but I give them a try. They're fun.
Mother won't hurt you.
Oh, wow, she's taking over Venom? I think that's Lilith, right? I think that's the main villain of this story. Spider-Man. Oh, that's a dope suit. Blade. Wait, is that Scarlet Witch? Ghost Rider? No, that ain't Scarlet Witch. That's someone else. What the? Oh my. Hulk? What the heck? Hulk is bad in this? Whoa. Whoa. Wait, but there's Scarlet Witch right there. And it's coming October? Wait. That's October? October 7th. Holy shit. The Spidey suit, though.
3, 2, 1. That used to always work. Well, it did that one time.
Okay, let's check this out. I want to check out more Midnight Suns. First preview.
I was a bit blindsided by the news that the team behind XCOM 2 was working on a Marvel Tactics RPG with a card-based battle system. When I finally got my hands on Midnight Suns recently, I was even more surprised by just how much of an RPG it really is. With a fully explorable quest hub, party member relationship side quests, and even a crafting system, this really is a first for Firaxis. At times, it reminded me more of a BioWare game than anything they've made before. And who doesn't
Really?
want to hang out with Spider-Man?
Stay safe, ma'am.
I should probably tell you the same.
Okay.
The setup is a reimagining of an early 90s comic book story arc, that's Midnight Suns with an O, though readers of the comics should rest assured that this isn't exactly the same story by any means, mainly borrowing a few broad plot elements and cool little details. Hydra, everyone's favorite secret society of
is
supervillain
big.
fascists,
Why did it make him so
have
big?
resurrected the Demon Queen Lilith, who the devs describe as being on the same level as Thanos power-wise.
Ah, okay.
That's pretty bad. And to make matters worse, she has the ability to corrupt and dominate all kinds of heroes and villains. I faced off against Fallen Venom, and we also know that demonic versions of Hulk and Scarlet Witch will be joining the forces of evil at some point.
Venom
There's
looks
no
cool.
lack of firepower on our side either, though. The Midnight Suns, that's with a U this time to be more inclusive, are made up of several former Avengers, including Tony Stark, Doctor Strange, and Spider-Man,
No job's perfect.
alongside some less high-profile allies like Magic, Blade, Ghost Rider, and Nico Minoru. There will be 13 playable heroes at launch, one of which is yet to be revealed. But the most
Really?
interesting of them all is your player avatar, a customizable new superhero known as the Hunter.
I'm curious about the customization. Like, doesn't look too much though. Like, you don't got a lot of options.
The Hunter is fully voiced, and you get to choose their gender and physical appearance. Lore-wise, they're a child of Lilith, making this story personal from the very outset. I was a little bit put off by how much backstory there was for the Hunter, who is hundreds of years old and has been out of commission for quite some time. It's harder to project yourself onto and roleplay as a character who supposedly remembers the time of the Salem witch trials when you're not given much info to start with. And it made me wonder
Right.
if having more of a blank slate protagonist might have gone over better. But unlocking new costume options and getting some control over how their power set develops was really neat. The Hunter's
Okay.
home and headquarters of the Midnight Suns is the Abbey, a fully explorable open area featuring grand halls and extensive forested grounds, more of which will unlock as the story progresses. You can collect crafting reagents, discover hidden challenge missions, and hunt down lore snippets as you explore it. But the real charm of this place is that you get to hang out with your super allies.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford
That's
a
cool.
therapist on a superhero salary?
Watching movies with Nico, pumping iron with Captain Marvel, or trading quips with Tony Stark is really what makes Midnight Suns come alive.
Not bad for our first collaboration.
It masterfully captures the feel of those downtime pages in a Marvel book on which the heroes are just chilling together. And while the tone of the dialogue sometimes clashes with the supernatural horror of the main plot, Firaxis described it as Saturday morning cartoon inspired, and it rarely strays outside the bounds.
You know
of
what? I'm
PG
cool with that.
rating.
I'm cool with that, having
All
like
the
a Marvel
characters
Saturday
do
morning
feel
cartoon feel to
consistent
this.
and authentic. The reward for spending time with the Suns isn't just strong voice acting either. You can eventually level up your friendship with each hero, which unlocks new
Cool.
options for them in combat, and eventually, snazzy thematic...
Wolverine's in there. I can't wait to play as
team
Wolverine.
costumes. You won't be able to be best buds with everyone in a single playthrough, though. There isn't enough time, and some of them might just not like you. Magic, the person, wasn't a big fan of my insistence on the irresponsible use of magic, the dangerous force. So you'll need to be a bit picky about who's in your inner circle. Once you head out to kick some super
I'm making Wolverine my best buddy, I know that.
Introduced to the unique and deceptively deep card-based battle system. Every hero has a deck comprised of 4 attack and 4 support cards, which can be collected, leveled up, and swapped out as you choose. You bring 3 heroes to each mission and draw a number of cards from all of their decks each turn. You always have a set number of cards you can play per turn, but this means you might draw all Iron Man cards on a given turn and thus give Tony the opportunity to gloat later that he did all the hard work.
Okay.
With the fresh cracked egg and
Oh,
all this
freaking
crispy
commercial.
bacon, Wendy's breakfast baconator might be the greatest breakfast sandwich of all time.
Well, that deserves a chef's kiss.
It does. Wow.
Mwah.
Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast baconator.
Darn it. Okay.
Positioning is also important, but I found it kind of cumbersome to maneuver at first, and you only get 1 free move per turn. Not 1 per hero, 1 per turn. The levels
What?
themselves are almost all flat arenas, which is probably the most disappointing part of Midnight Suns thus
Oh,
far.
no.
There are a lot of environmental elements scattered around, like heavy objects to throw and structures
Ooh,
to
that's
vault
cool,
off
though.
of. But after the 5 or 6 hours I played, the fact that every mission takes place in an open warehouse or an open street or in an open field started to get a little bit old. Aside from that, the combat flows well and you can pull off some really cool combos. Every hero has a unique ability of some kind, like Captain Marvel's ability to go binary after playing 3 cards in succession, gaining a temporary boost to armor and damage.
Nice.
Minion enemies like random Hydra goons go down in 1 hit with any amount of damage, so chain attacks that hit more than 1 foe can really change the tide of battle quickly.
Oh, that's cool. It makes
Against
sense
big
for
brutes
Spider-Man
and
to do
bosses,
multiple attacks
Blade's
on
ability
enemies.
to inflict bleed is really useful. No matter what team I brought, the personality and fighting style of the characters really shined through, and I enjoyed figuring out how they could set each other up for a perfect finisher.
Dope.
I was in the neighborhood. You know, being friendly.
While I definitely think there's room to make Midnight Suns arenas more interesting, evoking the exciting and often unconventional places superheroes end up doing battle, I was only really able to scratch the surface of this combat system in the time I spent with it. And there are plenty of other ways this tactical RPG makes me really excited, from the excellently animated signature abilities to the chance to discover new and devastating synergies between them. The plot is rich and compelling without feeling convoluted, and it uses comic book flavor, even when it feels like it could stand to be a little bit less kid-friendly to match its dark premise. And the chance to become best friends with some of my favorite Marvel heroes might be the most enticing part of all. Marvel's Midnight Suns will be springing into action on October 7th. For more, check out the original gameplay
Oh man, I just realized this is coming out around the same time as Forspoken. Oh man, I'm about to juggle these games. I really want to play both. This looks good.
Sorcerers, and he left them underneath the takeout menus.
All right, cool. Yeah, I know some people may not be into this, and this is not as XCOM-ish as some people might have thought it was. It actually doesn't really look all that XCOM. Which is probably a good thing, but I'm still excited about it. I'm probably one of the few in the minority that's really hype about this game. I love superhero games. I love Marvel, DC, you know, and this being like a tactical RPG Marvel game, and it feels like, you know, taken from a story from the 90s with a Saturday morning cartoon type feel. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Hell yeah. Can't wait to play this.